Hey Polo, well you finally got me. Just watched your Steppenwolf Born to Be Wild reaction. And since I'm a product of the 60s and think they are the most criminally underrated band from the era, I had to weigh in. John K's real name is Joachim Fritz Crawladet? I know I slaughtered that. All right. And he has in parentheses here. You can see why he went with John K. Yeah, because I can't pronounce that last name. And he was born in World War II Germany. His father was killed in the war before John was born, and his mom escaped East Germany with him when he was a child. As a result, many of his songs have political and social overtones. You know what's amazing to me is, and I'm going to continue reading here, he wrote a lot more. A lot of artists, great artists, come from such traumatic things in their childhood, and it either breaks them or it makes them very exceptional. Like this morning I was on social media for a second and I saw a clip of Gene Hackman, and he was there was an interview. You know, Gene Hackman recently passed, and there was an interview. The interviewer asked him about his father leaving him, where his father just up and just got in the car and just drove away, and the last time Gene Hackman saw him, he was just smiling and waving at him, and he just took off. And Gene Hackman, you know, pretty kind of serious type of guy. He kind of seems that way. But when he was describing the story, you can see he was fighting to not cry about it. You know what I mean? Like you could see he was still affected by it. And it was really heartfelt moment that, you know, him not having his father really hurt him even in his old age. And I think that pain fueled him to become such an iconic actor. All right. But I'll continue with the writing here that my friend Carl on the Buy Me a Coffee sent. They were not a one-dimensional band or one-hit wonder, as you wondered in your reaction, but are known for maybe 3 songs still played on period AOR stations today. Born to Be Wild is one of them, their first hit. The others are not on my list below. You know, Magic Carpet Ride and Rock Me. These are 2 songs I do not know. Here's a short list of what I think their better moments were. Even if you don't react to them, you may want to check them out for yourself should you ever get the time. You know, well, you know, you bought me 5 coffees, Carl, and I have a second this morning. And in this economy, I truly appreciate it, as it does not go, you know, for everyone who's ever watched a video, subscribe to the Patreon, or bought me a coffee, I truly don't take that for granted. So thank you guys. None of what you would call high profile hits. So of course your listeners may not be familiar with them if you post a reaction, but I think they're worth listening to. So, all right. So he goes on to name a few of the songs, and I'll read the titles here. And I'm going to go with the first one, since it's the first one that you put. It's Your Wall's Too High is the first one. The Ostrich. Don't Step on the Grass, Sam. That's a title, right? That's a title for you right there. The Long Blues Jam on side 2 of Steppenwolf the Second, A Story of Redemption and Salvation. It's Never Too Late, Monster, Suicide, America, Drafter, Resistor. Okay, these are a bunch of titles. And if you're just so happen to be a fan of this band, do you know all of these songs, or is this guy bugging? All right, let me know. Renegade, Story of His Family Escape from East Germany. Sounds interesting. As interesting and entertaining as what you do is to us, the listening public, I imagine it gets a bit of a chore at times. There are only so many adjectives, and it's hard to keep praise from getting redundant. Not to mention having to read a long-winded message, well-meaning. This guy's really thoughtful. Not to mention reading a long-winded message from a well-wish you lived next door. From a well-wish you lived next door, we'd have a good time. Oh, I get it. Excuse me. Not to mention having to read a long-winded message from a well-wish you lived next door. We'd have a good time. Enjoyed the coffee. P.S. Love the low spark reaction. Also a favorite of mine. forgive me for my reading. All right. But yeah, Low Spark of High Heel Boys. I didn't know that was going to be good. It is one of my personal favorite reactions that I've done on my main channel, Polo Reacts, as that was such a magical solo in that track. Okay. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. But yeah, I want to say thanks. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check this one out, and I'll try to get to more Buy Me a Coffee requests as well, because you are right. You know, I do think that I try to make things more interesting in terms of my reaction to stuff, because I see a lot of people reacting to music and they don't really like the music like that. At least in my opinion, and me as someone who actually loves the art of music, I'm not a musician by any means, but music has been there for me in many times. So I appreciate the art, so I'm going to give you guys my opinion regardless of how I feel regardless of what you think. Yeah, even if you send me money to react to it, if I don't like it, I'll tell you I don't like it or what I do like about it. But yeah, I am really rambling in this video. Let's go ahead and get started with this. This is Your Walls Too High by Steppenwolf. If you like this type of content, do me a big favor and like the video. If you want to stay up to date whenever I post, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's get into this. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. There we go. All right, let's go.
Your walls too high, I can't see, can't seem to reach you, can't set you free. If you can help me, follow the sound, help me tell you all down to the ground. Everyone gets hurt sometimes, everybody plays the game. If you don't win the first time, come back and try again. Rocks and bricks can help you. Hide behind your wall. Why don't you try to talk a little girl? I'll catch you if you fall. Oh, sometimes early in the morning.
All right, we got elements, the little shake things. What did they just added that? But my first impression is the two things that stand out to me is of course the vocals. The vocals are good, but the two things that stand out right off just my first impression is the bass line and the piano. And I really love the keys in this. The piano, probably my favorite so far. It's a really great intro and definitely a different vibe from Born to Be Wild, but still has like that, I always describe it as like that badass accent to it,
Sometimes early in the morning.
I like the pacing.
Without warning, you'll realize
type of person when I used to buy albums. I didn't run straight to the single. You know, I was looking for the album cut that I was going to obsess over. Now, I don't know if you said this was a single or not. I'm assuming this was not a single. This was just an album cut, but it hits hard. It has a really nice knock to it. The keys in this are amazing. Everything's amazing, really. In this, is I can tell you before the video ends. All right, that this is a really. I'm enjoying the track, the record here.
Oh, and everybody tells you that your boss is so. Watch that clock get more and go flying through the door. Back home again, the day is gone. You're safe and sound, still alone. And when the night falls around your wall, ah, tell me, don't you ever wish you could go outside, follow the lights, hold the sign.
Oh my gosh!
Don't be all
Oh my gosh! This song is heating up. They're switching up every 1 minute. There's new elements being added, new rhythms, and that I can't explain. I'm not a musician, but yeah, this is heating up.
home again. The day is gone. You're safe and sound, still alone. And when the night falls around your wall, ah, tell me, don't you ever wish you could go outside, follow the lights, hold the sign. You'll be alright. Just go outside. I'll tell you'll be alright. Alright.
Oh my gosh!
Alright. Come on.
I hate. Before we even get into that, all right, you shouted out the Low Spark of High Heel Boys. I'm like, all right, this is probably going to be a really good pick. All right, because wow, that I have videos on my Polo Reacts channel that have millions of views. All right, reactions, but that doesn't make it my favorite. My favorite reaction that I've done out of the thousands of probably 1,000, a little over 1,000 reactions I've done, is that in this coming from someone who's a fan of that song. All right, picking this song, you know, they knew what they were doing when they picked this. All right.
Still alone. And when the night falls around your wall, ah, tell me, don't you ever wish you could go
Baseline is so good. So many things are good in this.
outside? You'll be alright. Just go outside. I'll tell you'll be alright. 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 Come on.
Man, chills. What a great groove. Amazing groove in this. Got to change up here. Know the bass here.
Everyone gets hurt sometimes. Everybody plays the game. If you don't win the first time, come back and try again. Rocks and bricks can help you. You can't hide behind your wall. and step outside. You'll be alright. I'll tell you'll be alright. 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 Alright.
I like that. I like that part.
Help me turn you all down to the ground. Now follow the lights and step outside. You'll be alright. I'll tell you'll be alright. 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 Yeah.
My goodness. All right. 10 out of 10. 100%. 10 out of 10. This definitely makes the forerunner. You know, depending on when you're watching this, the last video I reacted to, I couldn't get down with it. You know, I listened to the whole thing. I was trying to be polite. People, they send in their money, and if it was tolerable for me to make, it was a country. I think the title of the video was, I listened to this country song and this happened, and it was a song that most of the comments thought was also not good. All right. But I'm trying to be respectful. You know, if you guys send me something that I'm not feeling, and and sometimes it takes a while, like, all right, maybe the song will come together at the end. So that's why I'll listen to some songs all the way through, even if I don't like them. And then some songs, I'm checking to see how much is left in the song. I'm checking how much time is left in the record, because I don't want it to end. All right, it's that good. This is a record that everything you hear is amazing. You know, I pick out my favorites, the bass line for this throughout this, but so many different elements. This is a very layered track where I can go back and listen to it, and I'll probably pick a new instrument to focus on. I'll focus on the lyrics, the vocals, or whatever, but the keys were my favorite in this as well. But it's in my opinion, a masterpiece, a really great track. I don't know how successful this was, if this was a really hit song or if it was just an album cut, but I'm assuming it was an album cut based off what you wrote in your Buy Me a Coffee request there. So I'm curious to know, if this is your first time hearing this record, how did you feel about it? Okay. Is it something that you will continue to listen to, or is this a one and done for you? All right. I think that it's amazing, and I'm not just saying that. All right. It makes the forerunner, and shout out to the person that sent in the request, Carl, I believe. Yes. Shout out to Carl for sending in this request. I truly appreciate you guys for watching my video. If you want to stay up to date whenever I post, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Some of your reaction requests may be on my Patreon, that link is in the description of this video. And you can also hit me up directly. I respond to everyone who hits me up on my Patreon. Or if you want to support the show, as none of these music reactions, we don't get paid for them. So you guys power the show. I genuinely appreciate the support, and hope you guys have a great day. Peace.
I did it.